to record in the house?
Yes. So I did.
But it was your house.
Yes, our house. So, I mean, I know he's explained it 1,000 different ways online. He has documented our entire divorce on the Simon Show online, and then I have the Housewives, I suppose. But, yeah, there is paperwork in place that would make it a marital property 50-50 split. Outside of that being enforced, it is a premarital property.
Welcome back, everyone. This is your #1 stop for the latest news in pop culture, reality television, celebrity stories, music gossip, and all the drama that keeps social media buzzing. If you're new here, go ahead and hit that subscribe button, tap the notification bell, and give this video a big thumbs up so you never miss any of our uploads or live streams. Today's story is a wild one. We haven't touched on the divorce between Porsha Williams and Simon Guobadia in a while, but new details have just surfaced, and they're too explosive to ignore. Simon's latest appeal is pulling back the curtain on some shocking numbers, and let me tell you, the dollar amounts being thrown around are jaw-dropping. According to recently uncovered court documents, Simon is revealing information about Porsha's reported earnings and her deal with NBC Universal. These details are coming straight from his divorce appeal, and they show just how far he's willing to go to avoid paying her the money the court already said he owes. Let's break this all down step by step. When the judge first ruled on the divorce, the decision was pretty clear. Porsha was granted $40,000 a month in spousal support for 14 months, the right to stay in the $7 million home they shared, and half of the equity in that property. On top of that, Simon was ordered to cover more than $224,000 in her legal fees. That's a serious amount of money, and Simon wasn't happy about it. Instead of accepting the outcome and moving forward, he decided to appeal. And let's be honest, nobody was surprised. Simon has always struck people as someone who hates to lose. He loves attention, he loves control, and he refuses to back down once he feels challenged. This appeal is just the latest example of that pattern. He's been clear from the start. He doesn't want to pay Porsha support, and he can't stand the idea that she's living in a house he purchased. It bothers him even more that she's filming inside that mansion, using it for her work and public image. To him, that feels like adding insult to injury. One of the biggest issues in this divorce has been the prenuptial agreement. Now, let me remind you, this prenup didn't come together quickly. It actually took so long to finalize that Porsha herself said it delayed their wedding. They eventually signed it in November 2022, but the negotiations were intense. Once the marriage ended, Simon argued that the prenup shouldn't even be enforced. He claimed that Porsha misled him when they created the agreement. According to him, she never told him she was planning to return to the Real Housewives of Atlanta. The problem with that argument? The judge didn't believe it. The court said Simon already knew exactly who he was marrying. Porsha had been a reality star for years, she had filmed her own spin-off, Porsha's Family Matters, and she had participated in Ultimate Girls Trip. She was deeply connected to television long before they tied the knot. So the idea that her return to Bravo came out of nowhere simply didn't hold up. The court enforced the prenup, meaning Porsha got what the contract promised her. That included money, the house, and coverage of her legal bills. Here's where the story gets even more dramatic. According to Simon's filings, Porsha supposedly made between $8 million and $9 million in 2024 through a scripted talent deal with NBC Universal. He claims she's not just coming back to reality TV, she's also secured opportunities to work on scripted projects with the network. That's a huge accusation, because if it's true, it means Porsha has access to massive earnings, and Simon doesn't think he should be supporting someone who's making that kind of money. In his mind, the prenup terms no longer make sense if she's rolling in millions from NBC. But here's the catch. Many fans don't buy it. Even back when Nene Leakes was one of Bravo's biggest stars, it's unclear if she was ever offered that much money by the network. So the idea that Porsha, despite her popularity, would be handed a deal worth almost $9 million raises eyebrows. Could NBC have invested heavily in her return? Sure, it's possible. But it also feels just as likely that Simon is exaggerating these numbers to strengthen his case. After all, he's trying to prove he was deceived and that the prenup should be thrown out. Claiming that Porsha is secretly a millionaire makes his argument look stronger, at least on paper. Then there's the house. The court gave Porsha the right to stay in the $7 million mansion they shared during their short marriage. She also received 50% of the equity in the property, although no one is entirely sure how much equity there actually is. The house is fairly new, and if the mortgage is high, the equity might not be worth much. Regardless, Simon hates the idea that Porsha has control over the house. It's his purchase, his money, yet she gets to live there, film there, and even has the option to sell it within 3 years or take over the mortgage herself. That loss of control eats at him, and it's one of the reasons he keeps fighting. Adding fuel to the fire, both sides have liens against the house due to unpaid legal fees. Remember, Simon was ordered to cover Porsha's attorney costs, and we're talking more than $200,000. This means the house isn't just a luxury property, it's also a financial battlefield. Now, let's talk about Simon's history with money, because this isn't the first time people have questioned his honesty. During the divorce hearings, he told the court that his business, Simcoe, was once worth nearly $300 million, but somehow dropped to zero after he was detained by ICE. The court didn't believe that explanation at all. They basically accused him of lying, because how does a company lose almost $300 million in value overnight with no signs of recovery? It just doesn't make sense. And it's not like this was the first shady financial claim attached to his name. Going all the way back to the 1980s, Simon has faced accusations of fraud, including credit card schemes. So when he now tries to paint himself as the victim in this divorce, many people roll their eyes. His track record doesn't exactly inspire confidence. From Porsha's side, things look very different. She filed for divorce in February 2024, after just 15 months of marriage. The judge reviewed the prenup, confirmed it was valid, and awarded her what she was entitled to. That included monthly support, the right to stay in the house, half the equity, legal fee coverage, and even luxury items like a 2021 Rolls-Royce. She's also been managing her own real estate moves. For example, she listed her Duluth house for $1.85 million. Some fans found it suspicious that she transferred that home to her mother along with several vehicles, but it shows she's taking active steps to protect and organize her assets. So while Simon is busy dragging things out in court, Porsha seems focused on moving forward. Whether or not that NBC Universal deal is truly worth as much as Simon claims, it's clear she's in a stronger financial and legal position right now. If you step back and look at the bigger picture, a clear pattern emerges. Simon doesn't like to lose, and he doesn't like to let go. He has a long history of stretching the truth when it comes to money, and he fights every battle to the bitter end. This divorce is just the latest example of that behavior. Porsha, meanwhile, has been through messy situations before. She's built a career on reality television, and she knows how to handle public drama. In this case, she followed the legal process, stood by the prenup, and let the court decide. And so far, the court has been siding with her. Here's the honest truth. It's hard to feel sorry for anyone in this situation. Porsha knew who Simon was when she got involved with him. Fallon, Simon's former partner, knew his character too. And Simon has always carried a reputation for questionable behavior. Now, all of them are tangled in drama, legal disputes, and public embarrassment. Choices were made, red flags were ignored, and this is the outcome. For that reason, many fans say they don't have sympathy for Porsha, Simon, or even Fallon, who has since had more children since leaving Simon. Everyone involved has played their part in creating this chaos. The court has already ruled in Porsha's favor, but because Simon filed an appeal, the battle continues. He's dragging out the process, likely because he doesn't want to pay, or because he simply doesn't want to accept defeat. But based on what we've seen so far, it's unlikely he'll succeed in overturning the prenup ruling. Judges don't look kindly on people who keep filing claims without strong evidence. And with his history of questionable financial statements, Simon doesn't have much credibility left. For now, Porsha has the upper hand. She's receiving her monthly payments, she's in control of the house, and she's rumored to have major deals lined up with NBC Universal. Even if the numbers Simon claims are exaggerated, it's clear she's positioned herself for long-term success. So there you have it. Simon Guobadia and Porsha Williams' divorce continues to unfold like a soap opera, full of money disputes, property battles, and accusations of lies. With Simon appealing and refusing to back down, it's clear this story isn't over yet. What do you think? Do you believe Porsha actually landed an $8 to $9 million NBC Universal deal? Or is Simon stretching the truth again? Do you think he has any chance of winning this appeal? Or is he just wasting time and money? Drop your thoughts in the comments below. I want to know how you all see this situation. Don't forget to like this video, subscribe to the channel, and hit that notification bell so you don't miss any of our future updates. Thanks for watching, and until next time, stay tuned for more celebrity drama and breaking news.